in my heart. Start and take what you take. The sliver moon broke into the window of your car. Carve your place. Don't erase, we're made of memory. A shiver breeze. Clench your teeth, don't say what you
Selamat malam semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya beserta istri saya ingin berterima kasih untuk semua yang sudah menyempatkan waktunya untuk hadir malam ini dan bisa celebrate this amazing moment for us with us. So, thank you everyone for coming and please enjoy the night. Thank you.
Why you gotta go and say what you say now? When I packed it all up and took the only way I had out. Flower in your hair, wine in your breath, only close now.
Good evening, everyone, Tante, and friends. For those who don't know me, I'm Ilona, one of Dinda's bridesmaids. I thought long and hard for this speech because if you know someone who's so good with words, it's the bride right there. So it's quite a pressure to deliver a heartfelt speech for this beautiful couple. Honestly, I couldn't remember the first time I met Dinda. All I could remember was dulu Dinda kelihatannya jahat, karena muka Dinda kalau lagi diem galak banget. But then again, it was just a first impression, because if she really was mean, I wouldn't be standing right here. We became closer as we were in the same class for 3 years. Dari yang tadinya takut sama Dinda, she became the person I spent almost every hour of every day at school with. We practically did everything together. From doing homework together, nyontek together, and to eating pancakes in the car before class starts together. Among all the things that we did, the thing that we did the most was skipping classes. Until one day, we got unlucky. We got called to the principal's office and got suspended from school. Although Dinda seems tough from the outside, she also has a soft spot. One time, she cried because her boots hurt her feet back in Beijing. Another time, she cried so hard because she had to say goodbye to her host parents at Kuningan camp. We practically grew up together. Dari bocah SMP, surviving college, work, and finally we're here on this special day. Kalau kata Dinda, from crying over our exes to finally finding the one. And I'm so glad that that one for Dinda is Gary. I cherish our friendship so much and I'm truly grateful to have such a caring best friend like Dinda and Gary. Wishing you both a wonderful life and happy marriage ahead.
Hi semuanya, good evening everyone. My name is Indy and I have had the privilege of knowing both the bride and groom since we were 12. I have known them since Dinda was in glasses with bangs and Gary was 50 kilograms lighter. Dinda was a total tomboy back then, ke sekolah pakai backpack dan suka main bola. Kalau sekarang nggak mau kena panas. Sementara Gary orangnya diem-diem, nggak bakal ngobrol sama cewek kalau nggak diajak ngobrol duluan. Since then, we have gone through a lot of life milestones together. Your graduation in Oxford, our night outs in London, and post-work in SCBD. But the start of it all is Singapore. For those of you who didn't know, their love story really started in the balcony of Aldo's apartment in Singapore. I'll let others who's brave enough to tell this story. And only 10 years later, in the midst of COVID, you both found each other again. I am grateful to have such a loyal friend like Dinda. She has always been the glue in our friend group, always bringing us the latest gossip, lengkap sama bumbu-bumbunya, and always new words and slangs for us to use. Menggelegar, hanya ingin, and mauve became normal vocabulary that we use daily. Gary is also someone who is very loyal to Manchester United and Celtics. In Gary, I am grateful to have someone you can talk about anything with, from the most random sports to the most random influencers. Though he seemingly never cares about anything, he secretly has a soft heart. And also beneath the surface, he is secretly a really good singer and dancer. So in our angkatan, we had a bet of who will get married first out of our group. There were 5 bets for Dinda, but 0 bets for Gary. So we never thought this day would come. But whatever the future holds, I hope you will face it with a lot of humor, food, and shopping. And with your best friend by your side, I am sure you both will be all right. Or in Dinda's words, semoga kalian SS selalu sayang dan cepat-cepat punya anak.
Hai, aku kenal Dinda dari TK, before she knew the words Hermes or Dior. From the first day we met, our favorite thing to do together has always been to play pretend. As we grew up, playing pretend turned into having deep and sometimes delusional conversations about life and our dreams for the future. We often daydreamed about living close to each other, living the trophy wife life, and jet-setting around the world with our husbands and kids. While some of those dreams didn't come true and we've had to navigate a long-distance friendship, we've never spent more than a few days without talking to each other. I look forward to the memes and TikToks she sends me and the random texts we share about our daily lives. As we grew older, we both developed into very different people. But when we're just at home with 3-day-old blowouts and years-old t-shirts, we're transported back to the days when we would steal my mom's high heels and play dress up in my room and belt out "This Is What Dreams Are Made Of" from the Lizzie McGuire movie, or rewatch Susanna Sundalbolong for the millionth time. Those who know you and are lucky enough to be loved by you understand that you give your all to those you care about, and for that we're incredibly lucky. For me, it's the midnight calls when we're either crying so hard we can't say a word or laughing so hard we can barely breathe. It's never judging me for the questionable decisions I've made throughout my life, and our ability to talk to each other with just our eyes. You're my human diary, the one who holds all my thoughts and secrets. And life feels easier and more secure knowing that no matter what, I have you on my side, always. And I hope you know that goes both ways. I know your mom, Rani, and all of us here are so proud of the person you've become and the man you've chosen to spend the rest of your life with. I remember the day you told me you and Gary were official. You said, "Kayaknya dia cinta mati sama gue deh." And maybe you didn't realize it, but it's always been you for him since we can all remember. Ger, I know you'll have as much fun growing old with her as I did growing up with her. Congratulations. I love you both.
close, we started over. With every narrow miss, we're closer than before. We take the road that goes in circles for forever, until the lines get intertwined forevermore. And I would love you in every lifetime. And I would hold you through every goodbye, until we meet again. The constellations set the map to one another as we navigate a sea of lonely hours.
Thank you everyone for being here. Gary, Dinda, you guys both look absolutely amazing. Thank you for having us here. Okay, so if today is the happiest day of Dinda and Gary's life, this is the day that I dread coming for a long time. I'm just kidding. My name is Nadif, and I have been friends with both Gary and Dinda for about 19 years now. I guess you can call me the best man. Like Gary, I have no brothers, so Gary has been the closest thing to a brother I've had in my life. And Dinda has been a friend that I can always gossip with about stuff from what's happening with the socialites in Jakarta, or to get some tea on the girls I might or might have not dated. I don't know. So Dinda is not far off from a sister either to me. So tonight, this speech will be themed the class of 95 and our road to Wembley. Like United's class of 92, this journey here has been nothing short of legendary, and with friends that would create a lifetime bond. So I will make a few Manchester United references, as we all know it's Gary's favorite thing after Dinda. Or maybe not. So the journey to Wembley, how did it start? My first memory of Gary comes in 5th grade, where we played football in Elementary Plaza, and he would then ask me if I wanted to join him for Friday prayers. And I joined in 6th grade, and we were inseparable ever since, from countless after-school gaming sessions at Sekolah Duta with Unku and Mama, to countless sleepovers at Gedung Hijau, ada ditemenin Tante and Om juga, to graduation parties where we finished, where we held a local record of 13 pictures in one night, and I think it's still a local record to the day. So we were with each other every step of the way growing up, and Gary would then continue his studies at Oxford Brookes, where I continued mine in Boston. Even then, we would spend holidays together or any time at home together. And one of the most memorable one was when Gary took my Man United game virginity, and we went to see Man United versus Liverpool. So safe to say, basically we were both a couple long before Gary and Dinda was a couple. But interestingly enough, Dinda was always there along the way. She was in the same graduating class. I actually met Gary long before I met Gary. And I believe it was kindergarten. They both went to studies in the UK together in Oxford Brookes, not knowing that they would end up together one day. And my first encounter with Dinda's family was when I allegedly stole Mas Dani's car. Only during one of our middle school days with Teh Afi there also. Only to get back, get yelled at, get the cops called on us, and the whole family waiting for me at home because they thought I wanted to kidnap Dinda and Teh Afi. Only later to get consoled by Yang T and cry in the car getting picked up by my parents. But hey, what else are grandmas here for other than consoling us and making us feel welcome and feel loved? So I think we're very lucky to have Yang T, Mama, Unku all here to be celebrating your special day today. Sorry, it's a bit long. So I'll continue. From watching too much TikTok, I believe in this theory where the idea of an invisible string, where the idea of your person or soulmate is always present in your life's path. That even when you didn't know or you haven't met your soulmate yet, Gary and Dinda have met each other from kindergarten. But call it fate, divine timing, or coincidence, I believe Gary and Dinda were brought together through this invisible string, and that when they found each other during COVID times and started dating, we all know that all roads led to this. So on this road to Wembley, you have both eliminated all the Liverpools, Man Cities, and Arsenals of the world, and you did it with none other than your own. You have scored last-minute goals, did some last-minute saves in Fergie time. Remind yourself both that you belong here and that you just belong to be with each other. So as we are here in Wembley, as we reach the start of your final match of your love life and the start of this journey in life, let me give some Manchester United related words of wisdom. To Dinda, I hope you promise to be the Rio Ferdinand to Gary's Vidic, as you promise to tackle all the challenges and obstacles that you both may face, that you do it together with style. May you have little Anthonys running around doing God knows what, but at least make sure they dress up cool and funny, look funny doing it. To Gary, always play the role of your favorite player, the great Mr. Paul Scholes, as you boss the midfield of your household. Continue to score screamers, and most importantly, be there when you are needed the most, and do it with humility and do it with grace. Continue to idolize and follow the footsteps of the legendary Sir Alex, but never throw the hairdryer at Dinda. Be the gaffer and manage and navigate life as he did, winning 38 trophies in 26 years. And up until the last of your days, be her #1 fan. So as here we are at Wembley, or which looks more like the Park Hyatt Royal Glass House, joined with most of us from the class of '95, know that you two are the brilliant duo of Cristiano and Wayne Rooney at his prime. But remember that I will always be your Louis Nani. I will be there, and I will be as fast on the counter to provide assists, to score whenever I'm needed. But most important thing is remember that we are all here, your teammates, in this journey to Wembley together. And that we'll always have your back on and off the field when the going gets rough. And we will always be the first to celebrate any milestones you will achieve in both your lives. And we will start by tonight. So, thank you guys, and thank you everyone.
Let's go
Enjoy the night.
Nadif.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Gary and Dinda, Tanta, and if I may say, comrades and friends who are here today. It is such an honor and truly a pleasure of mine to have been asked by Gary and Dinda to deliver this speech on this very special day. If I may say so myself, Gary and I go way back. We have definitely shared a lot of time together since we were in year 7, which is 16 years ago. My God, that time really does fly. The countless hours of playing FIFA at Unku's place, sharing the same class together from year 7 all through year 12. The silly science experiments that we did. To the time spent together in the UK and the hours spent brewing beer on Sundays. So I don't think it'd be too presumptuous of me, therefore, to say that I know Gary pretty well. As far as I'm concerned, I very much regard Gary as my best friend. However, it doesn't trouble me at all, it doesn't pain me at all to say that I'm not the only one. I bet that a lot of the guests present here tonight also think that Gary is their best friends, because I think there's just a certain magnetism about him, a certain riz, as the youth say these days, that make people around him feel comfortable. And it might be his comedic quips, his general sense of nonchalance, his sarcastic remarks, or his thinly veiled selflessness and care. I don't know. And now here's the part of writing the speech where I realized that this isn't supposed to be my love letter to Gary. But what I'm saying is, I'm sure this charm of his also played a part in sparking the love between Gary and Dinda. A feeling of comfort, of ease, and the reassuring feeling of, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Their love story is one that I think I'm I'm right in saying that have been simmering at least since the time I heard secondary accounts of the salacious stories of Singapore, which I suppose I shouldn't specify any further. But in the last few years, however, these teasing sparks have properly ignited into an everlasting flame around which we are gathered here tonight to dance and celebrate. And at the risk of sounding cliched, Gary and Dinda do seem to complete each other. Both of them seem so happy around each other, as we can see tonight. They look to give each other a greater purpose and definitely spoil each other with ample love, laughter, and compassion. And with that, I want to again formally congratulate the newlyweds on becoming a married couple. I hope throughout whatever journey is ahead for both of you, the flame will keep on flaming. And I wish you a lifetime of joy and happiness and the mandatory semoga sakinah mawadah warahmah. Here's to Gary and Dinda. Cheers.
Selamat malam semua. Salam hangat untuk semuanya. Salam demokrasi. Jaya, jaya, jaya. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, where do we start, Ger? Where do we start? Handsome, charming, cool, funny. I think those are the very few words that could describe me. My name is Bimo, by the way, if you guys don't know. I had 2 days of preparing this speech. So, kalau misalnya agak kesini, agak kesana, minta maaf sebelumnya. I'm also 10 glasses of wine in. So, I'm sorry in advance. So, it got me thinking, guys, like, how am I supposed to get this speech rolling? Do I go the funny route? Talk about some funny antics me and Gary has done, tapi takutnya garing, not funny at all. Or do I go the emotional route, doing something very heartfelt, very sweet, tapi takut makeupnya Mas Dave Hendrik luntur.
Please don't do that. I spent
By the way,
hours doing this.
Mas,
Wait,
sis,
bro?
atau babe?
Babe.
Babe Dave Hendrik. Om deh, om. Om Dave Hendrik. So, or I could go the nostalgic route and maybe talk about some stories of me and Dinda and Gary during the UK. We're in the UK. Or the time where we went to Bangkok together. Me and Gary went to Bangkok twice. Tapi takut kena undang-undang lagi. So, but tonight, Gary juga udah ketok palu malam ini, divonis seumur hidup sama Dinda. So, that's a wrap, I guess. But, in any case, Din, you look beautiful tonight. Everything about you, your dress, look beautiful tonight. Please, round of applause for Dinda, everyone. Woo! On the other hand, Ger, bro, how am I supposed to compliment you, man? You didn't even try to lose weight, man. Didn't even try to lose weight. Hey, he showed up, guys. He showed up. The bar is low tonight. Anything can happen. He showed up. Round of applause for Gary, please.
Woo! Let's go.
He showed up. So, but guys, good fun fact, by the way. Fun fact. This is a fun fact. Gary, all of his life, one girl. One woman, all of his life. Something I can't relate to, but one woman, all of his life. Okay? Then, on the other hand, pass slow. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Kalau misalnya dijejerin, mungkin bisa lebih dari koalisi Kim Plus mungkin. No, I'm kidding. Malam ini gua provokator. Bercanda. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, guys. Guys, I had 2 days, by the way, 2 days of preparing this. I'm 10 glasses of wine in. I'm sorry, but tonight is about Gary and Dinda. All the best to you. Everything about you tonight. We're celebrating. Congrats, my guys.